Hello everyone. Today we are going to see about sequelae of wearing complete denture. Let's discuss about this one. Let's go into the topic. Actually, complete denture causes side effects if it is unchecked. It also produces destabilization, loss of retention, and also decreased masticatory efficiency due to ill-fitting dentures. It also causes ridge resorption and tissue injury. It is actually considered as a prosthetically maladaptive one. It also complete denture also ill-fitting denture also promotes infection, caries, and periodontal diseases. In sequelae of wearing complete denture, there are two types: direct one and indirect one. Let's see in what factors are involved in the direct sequelae. They are of denture stomatitis, flabby ridge, traumatic ulcer, epulis fissuratum, oral cancer, burning mouth syndrome, gagging, residual ridge resorption, and overdenture abutments. First, we consider the factors, that is the denture stomatitis. Denture stomatitis, it is a pathological reaction of palatal portion of denture bearing mucosa. It is also known as denture inducing stomatitis or sore mouth or chronic atrophic candidiasis. It is an important question and also 5 mark in the university exams. They are classified into 3 types: type 1, type 2, type 3. Type 1 is localized, type 2 is erythematous, type 3 is granular type. In first type 1 localized, that is, it is indicated by pinpoint erythema. Second type erythematous, it is indicated by generalized type with diffuse erythema. Third type granular type, it involves the central portion of the palate and ridge. Actually remember as localized, erythematous, granular. Localized is pinpoint, erythematous is generalized, third granular types is central portion. This is the denture stomatitis involved in the oral cavity. And also type 1 is plaque induced, type 2 and 3 is microbial plaque accumulation. Actually, we can diagnose the denture stomatitis by presence of candida associated with the denture, confirmed by the presence of smear. It also resides on the fitting surface of area of the denture. Actually, we see etiology is presence of denture in oral cavity, trauma from denture in addition to plaque accumulation. It also correlated with angular cheilitis. It always vainly starts beneath the maxillary denture and it extends the areas to the angle of the mouth. It also involved in reducing the degree of keratinization and cell barrier function. Predisposing factors are of two types: systemic and local factors. In systemic factors, the factors are of old age, diabetes, nutritional deficiency, malignancy, and immune defects. And concerning about the local factor, they are of various dentures, xerostomia, high carbohydrate diet, use of broad spectrum antibiotics, and also smoking tobacco. Finally, in denture stomatitis, management measures is concerned. 3 measures are involved here: supportive, drug therapy, and surgical measures. In supportive therapy, there is involved of correction of denture wearing habits, and also patient has to keep the denture in the 0.222% chlorohexidine during the night time. It should always be hygienically maintained. And next measure is smoothen or reline using soft tissue liners. And also mainly polishing should be smooth. Coming to the point, drug therapy, or local therapy with nystatin, amphotericin B, miconazole, clotrimazole can be given. And also antifungal drugs can be given. The final one is surgical measure, elimination of deep crypts done by cryosurgery. The next direct sequelae of wearing complete denture complicatory factors are of flabby ridge. Here flabby ridges, alveolar ridge always become mobile and resilient due to replacement of bone by the fibrous tissue. It is always mainly seen in the anterior part of maxilla. Histopathology is fibrosis, inflammation, and resorption of bone. Surgically eliminated by the flabby tissue for retention purpose. The important points we kept as anterior part of maxilla, fibrosis, poor support, and surgical measures. The next one is traumatic ulcer. It is also known as sore spots. It develops after the 1-2 days after the placement of complete denture. It starts with a small painful lesion and progresses into grey membrane and allophthalmia. Etiology is overextended denture flanges or unbalanced occlusion. Use of, and also etiology purposes, use of immunocompressive drugs which suppresses the resistance. Coming to the concern of treatment, ulcer always heals completely after correcting the denture points. Next we go into the denture irritation hyperplasia, that is the epulis fissuratum. It is an hyperplastic reaction of mucosa covering the borders of denture. Symptoms are of varying to mild to extreme condition, and also main symptoms of flap of hyperconnective tissue. Deep ulceration may also involve to the depth of the tissue. In treatment wise, surgical excision and also correction of dentures may be involved there. This is an epulis fissuratum. Next, coming to the oral cancer in denture VRS. Always chronic irritation of mucosa leads to the ill-fitting. Due to the ill-fitting denture leads to oral cancer. Non-healing ulcers or infected aberrant hyperplastic tissues. Factors concerned in oral cancer are alcohol, tobacco smoking, chewing, illiteracy and poverty. If sore spot doesn't get healed after the denture correction, then malignancy is suspected and the patient's swab measure should be referred to the pathologist for further examination. The next one is burning mouth syndrome, that is BMS. It is also defined as a burning sensation in structures associated without any oral changes in the mucosa. It is indicated by mechanical irritation, infection or allergic reaction. Epidemiology is common in mostly postmenopausal women over the age of 50 age. It is mainly aggravated by fatigue, tension and odd spicy foods. Clinical features are of pain, burn sensation, headache, insomnia and depression. Coming to the etiology, the local, systemic and psychogenic factors. In local factors, there will be mechanical irritation, prolonged period of masticatory movements, parafunctional movements and excessive friction. And also candidal infections, myofascial pain will be involved there. Coming to the systemic factors, vitamin deficiency, xerostomia, menopause, diabetes, medication. Only 5 points are involved there. Vitamin deficiency, xerostomia, menopause, diabetes, medication. In psychogenic, anxiety and depression. Treatment of epulis fissuratum is counseling regarding the ill-fitting dentures and also concerned about the complete denture mechanisms. Next, gagging. It is a normal healthy defense mechanism to prevent the entry of foreign body to the trachea. It is always triggered by tactile stimulation of soft palate. Sight, smell, taste, noise and psychological factors concerns the gagging reflex. It also produces displacement of denture. It mainly occurs in unstable occlusal conditions, and also conditions like GIT, adenoid, alcoholism and severe smoking may result in gagging. Next, the important question is, that is the 5-mark question, residual ridge resorption. It's the most common and important one. It's mainly defined as a continuous loss of bone after the extraction and also even after replacing complete denture. Mainly common in women due to osteoporotic changes of bone, also known as alveolar remodeling. It's mainly a chronic progressive change in the bone, occurs in buccal part of maxilla and lingual part of mandible. This one is residual. It actually resolves normally till after the still age like 50 or 60, but it is common in women. Etiopathogen pressure is finally leads to the resorption by the activation of osteoclasts. If excess pressure is applied on the non-stress bearing area, it will produce a residual ridge resorption. Pattern. It mostly occurs rapidly from the first month to the 12th month. The ridge grows. It always progresses after resorption progresses after the 65 years. Mainly rapidly resorbs in the females than in the males. It is mainly precipitated by ill-fitting denture. Rate. During first year, amount of residual resorption is 2 to 3 mm in maxilla and 4 to 5 mm in mandible. The rate of reduction will be 0.1 to 0.2 mm. Main factors mechanical force. Clinical features of residual ridge resorption are depth and width is reduced because of resorption. There will be decreased vertical dimension and occlusion, reduction of lower facial height, increase in relative prognathism, sharp, spiny and uneven crest will be occur, long-term resorption will take place, and also changes in maxilla. There are in clinical feature there will be two changes in maxilla and two changes in mandible. Seeing in changes in maxilla there will be no changes. It moves up and back to its original position equally to the resorption of ridge. Going to the changes in mandible, mandible will move always to the higher position at occlusion than or at before the resorption procedure. It finally decreases in the intra-arch spaces. Here mandibular movement is rotatory. Features of mandibular movement, that is rotatory position, are duration of bone resorption, tooth morphology, amount of material. Consequences of mandible changes will occur due to loss of centric occlusion, changes in structure, movement of lower denture, and movement of jaw anteriorly. There is a pattern of resorption in maxillary ridge and also pattern of resorption in mandibular ridge. Also in the mandibular area and also in resorption is pre-prosthetic is a pre-prosthetic increase the height of ridge or depth. Next one is overdenture abutments. The final one is direct sequelae. It is also a tooth supported complete denture. It is mainly indicated by endodontically treated and also reduced in size. Factors are of caries and periodontal disease. It achieves good plaque control. Pathogenesis of overdenture are Streptococcus and Actinomyces. It is mainly initiated by the presence of Lactobacilli and Streptococcus mutans. Management of overdenture abutments are of plaque control, fluoride application, avoid night wear dentures, and periodontal therapy. The next one is indirect sequelae. Here, two functions are involved: atrophy of masticatory muscles and nutrition process. First, we go into the atrophy of masticatory muscles. It always depends on the skeletal muscle force and coordination of orofunctional movements. Here, atrophic degeneration will be involved. Also, disuse of atrophy. Preventive measures to prevent these kind of atrophy of masticatory muscles, we can do abutment teeth and biting force. That shouldn't always be decreased. And also, second one is implant placement. So the disuse of atrophy can be prevented. Next we go into the nutritional deficiency. Here we see into four kinds. First one is epidemiology, second one is masticatory ability, third one is nutritional status, and final is general health. First we go into the epidemiology. Aging factors are of symptoms of weakness and malnourishment over 30%. Masticatory ability is mainly for assessing the masticatory function. Here, most commonly affected are women, ageless women, because of they take more fat and coffee than the less ascorbic acid. Coming to the point, nutritional status, there are four factors involved: general health, socio-economical health, dietary habits, and causes of malnutrition in old people. The final one is poor general health and absorption. Thank you. Keep supporting me always. Thank you.